Ooga, fucking Ooga, cunts, and welcome back to another CNN, the Cunt News Network. We bring you the news that's already been brought by other people. And, well, we've got some pretty interesting stories for you tonight. But then again, don't we always have some pretty interesting stories for you tonight? Usually, Wren is trying to trigger me, Ishtar is trying to trigger me, and Rob is trying to trigger me. So, what the fuck?
And we missed you last week, buddy.
Yeah, that's true. You missed out last week, and I'm pretty sure you want to do a bit of triggering today.
I could stand a little bit of that.
Well, the only reason that Rob missed out is because he was having a real life. Well, the three of us were interning on a different channel.
I will not apologize for having a social existence.
No one's
You
asking you to.
apologize
Outside of
because
the internet.
You are not allowed to have a life outside the internet, so you apologize right now, young man. Right now.
No.
God
Okay,
damn it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ishtar, that I couldn't be as big as a loser as you want me to.
Thank you.
There's nothing wrong with having your social life online.
It does minimize actual physical contact with assholes.
It also means you don't have to wear pants.
Also,
And
or
then
a
you're
bra.
overwhelmed
Or a
with
bra.
like digital contact with like millions of assholes. Instead of just talking to one asshole in real life, you have to deal with the digital footprint of millions of assholes at the same time.
But Rob, it's so much easier to deal with digital assholes when you don't have to wear bra and pants. Then you're just comfortable.
Seriously.
I don't know. I find that pants tend to get in the way of asshole managing.
What?
Asshole management. The pants are just a hindrance.
I don't know.
Sure.
It's...
That's why you
Let's
have
move
a
on.
life.
I'm going to shut up while I'm only 6 feet deep in this hole instead of 10 or 12. Oh.
I don't know how to fucking feel about it either. So why don't we just go ahead and start with Rob's stories? Rob, since you missed last time or last week, we might as well start it off with you giving us some fucking
Okay, I'm
Florida man.
trying to figure out which one I should start with here. Let's see. How about we start with a little naked Florida man?
Naked
Ooh.
Florida man.
Naked Florida man. We got a naked Florida man starts house fire trying to bake cookies on George Foreman grill. Because the weird thing that you're doing has to be compounded by the fact that you're naked if you're in Florida.
Yeah.
Niceville, Florida. Responding to a house fire last week, Niceville police. That's a nice place. You know, I feel like that's misleading. A misleading town name for Florida. Niceville. Where our residents start fires naked. It's fucking amazing. Niceville police officers and firefighters encountered an odd sight. When firefighters got to the home around 5:30 p.m., they could see smoke coming from inside. A naked man opened the front door and said, "I'm sorry," and closed the door. Police officers arrived shortly after to assist. The man came to the door again, left it open, and went back into the house. According to the offense report from the police department, the man showed no signs of understanding the danger he was in. There were several things on fire inside the home, including some towels.
No. He knew exactly what kind of danger he was in. He was in danger of burning his damn cookies.
That's right.
Cookies.
You got to save the cookies. And if
Absolutely.
possible, save the George Foreman.
The George Foreman's iffy. I have one. I mean, it doesn't even really do great burgers. But
George Foreman does
freaking
bacon
cookies.
amazing. Bacon is amazing on George Foreman.
Bacon.
Yes.
Bacon on George Foreman's can do really well. So does chicken. Chicken can do very well on George Foreman's as well.
I may have to try the bacon thing.
It makes perfect fucking bacon. I'm telling you.
Good to know. Thank you for that.
You got it. An officer detained the man and removed him from the house for his own safety. Firefighters said that if he had stayed in the home much longer, he could have possibly died from smoke inhalation. In the report, an officer said he and another officer were in the house for about 5 minutes and had a hard time breathing. Firefighters went inside with oxygen masks to remove the burning items. The man admitted to drinking 2 liters of vodka and smoking marijuana starting around 9 a.m. that morning. He was examined at the scene and had no life-threatening injuries, or report said. He refused further medical treatment. Based on the fire department's investigation, the man allegedly tried baking cookies on a George Foreman grill, which he left unattended. The grill and cookies caught fire, so he put dry towels on top of the grill. Those caught fire too, causing the fire to spread.
Dude is going through a lot to save his grilled, his chocolate chip cookies. I'm sorry.
But the important part, Rob, were the cookies saved?
No, they burned. They were the first to go. They were the first casualties. The cookies are ruined.
Someone needs to get that man a cookie.
Seriously.
Oh God. Well, you know, it's not a good week unless we got some weird ass naked man story. I like the reason I chose that one was that line in the article that said he opened the door to firefighters, said I'm sorry, and then like shut it again. Like later, my bad, I'll take care of it.
How about the fact that they didn't react to Naked Man?
They're cops. They're probably used to it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that is it. That is it for my story. That the cookies are gone. The cookies did not survive.
I hope someone got that man cookies.
I bet he was sad. Probably just had the munchies.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like,
why didn't he just eat the cookie? Why wouldn't he just eat the cookie dough? It's easier.
And it's goddamn tasty. Well, you know the danger of salmonella.
Yeah, I think some
about
people
that more than smoke inhalation.
Some people are just a little too health conscious in the weirdest, strangest ways.
Wait, it's bad to eat raw cookie dough?
Who said that? They're obviously insane. They
Yeah.
should be committed.
I've been eating raw cookie dough my entire life. Most of the time, that tub of cookie dough never made it into the oven.
And your tits thank you for that.
We all thank the tits for that.
Thanks for all the cookie dough, Wren.
Yeah.
Says the left one.
So,
Goddamn
by the
right,
way-
says the right one.
By the way, Wren, did they get to the level of the jeweled ones or not yet?
Everyone missed out on the jewel ones. The jeweled
are you bedazzling your titties?
No, I had jeweled pasties that were an option for last night. No one but Igor got to see them.
Oh, that's a shame.
That is a crime.
That is a crime, but you pay to see the nice. I made sure to get nice pasties. If people don't pay, they don't get to see them.
Damn.
I'm sad that I wasn't able to make it because, yeah.
Whoever said pasties pay for themselves is a fucking liar.
No, they do not pay for themselves.
If only I had money.
I know.
Brockus would probably pay your mortgage for pasties if he had the money.
No kidding.
You make me sound so fucking desperate for female attention. It's just making me a little sad.
No. It just goes to show that you have a fine appreciation for an excellent set of tatas with something decorative on them. That's all.
These things are fucking huge, and they're beers. Who wouldn't want to just fucking play with them all the goddamn time?
Exactly. It does not make you desperate. It just means you have good taste.
Yeah, Brockus plays with his tits constantly. Right, Brockus?
What?
You play with your tits constantly.
No, I don't. I don't fucking actually have tits. Like, they're shrinking. I'm not even shitting you. They've been shrinking for a while now.
That's pretty awesome. Congrats on losing the weight.
Yeah, congrats,
I've been
dude.
losing more and more weight, like, weekly. It's not very obvious, but, like, I can tell when my fucking pants and shorts that I've been wearing for X amount of time just do not fit very well. Like, when everything is getting looser on me.
It's the best feeling in the world.
I have to go buy all new fucking pants.
Brockus, look at it this way. It's the best feeling in the world that you're not getting bigger, you're getting smaller.
Seriously.
Fair enough.
Then you'll be able to, chase down the hotties. They won't be able to run away from you.
And there's always charity
Now I
shops.
made you sound.
Cardio, Brockus. It's all about the cardio for your, if you want up your rape game.
Okay, enough of what's making me sound like some fucking desperate little shithead. Let's move on to the next story. How about we start with you? Actually, start. Go with you, Wren. Wren, tell us a story.
Alrighty.
Preferably about your tits.
This one technically has a twofer because there's a update little thing.
Ooh, you hear that? You're gonna get the DP, Brockus.
20th Century Fox was just days away from locking picture on The Predator when an urgent note came in. Delete the scene featuring Stephen Wilder Striegel. Now, this guy Striegel didn't have a big role in Black's reboot of the sci-fi thriller. He actually had quite a small role. It was like really one scene. But last month, actress Olivia Munn learned that Striegel is a registered sex offender who pled guilty in 2010 after facing allegations he attempted to lure a 14-year-old into a sexual relationship via the internet.
Oh my God.
The woman shared the information with Fox on August 15th, and the studio execs were quick to decide to get him out of the movie.
Wisely.
Yeah. At that point, it's like, no, you can't say you didn't know that about your friend. He was registered, so...
Why did no one...
Olivia Wilde or Olivia Munn?
Olivia Munn.
Oh, okay. Why the fuck is she in the Predator movie?
Because she's an actress and somebody paid her to be in the movie.
That's not a good actress, all right? She's a decent one, but like...
Is she attractive?
Yeah.
She played a good Psylocke because she didn't say like anything in that movie.
Then she doesn't need a reason.
Is that seriously what you were going to rage about, though, Brockus, and that whole thing?
Well, no, I mean, seriously.
No, rage about the pedos. Like, no, why did nobody listen to fucking, what's his name, Corey Feldman?
Nobody wants to listen to Corey Feldman or Corey Haim because, like, back in the 80s when they were getting molested, they ended up turning to drugs real goddamn fast. And this is actually a very common thing. This is what not a lot of people really like to talk about with Hollywood, but it's something that's been going on for a long fucking time. Back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, whenever there were childhood actors, inevitably there would be some sort of a weird fucking scandal that would follow them, something involving drugs or being an alcoholic or a sex scandal, something along those lines. And the reason why is because there are a lot of really fucked up people in Hollywood that actually end up putting kids in really fucked up situations that cause them to go to these directions. Drew Barrymore, for example, was a fucking alcoholic at the age of 9 years old. The Coreys were the most popular duo you could get in the 80s for like the longest time when it came to cute little boys. And then you come to find out sometime in the 90s, they were not able to go on set without having their PPs touched. Mm-hmm. It was fucking ridiculous. And then you think to yourself, well, no wonder they fucking turned to drugs. They wanted to forget the memories. Whoever the fuck did it, did it.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible.
Look, Drew Barrymore ended up marrying Tom Green. She was married to Tom Green for a while. How fucked up of a fucking person do you got to be?
So, like, Hollywood and pedophilia, I'm not even remotely fucking surprised anymore. Hollywood and sex crimes, I'm not surprised anymore. It doesn't matter what the sex crime is. Oh, this actor was accused of fucking raping a woman. 50-50 coin flip. He did or did not. I'm not even fucking kidding you anymore. It's either he did or he didn't. There really is no in between. There's not a 35% chance that he kind of did, but then stopped himself. No,
that's a little common.
I'm just saying that, like, I'm not remotely surprised. I've known about shit like this for a long fucking time with Hollywood, and yet at the same time, I still wanted to kind of get into Hollywood. But the reason why is because I'm ugly, and I didn't think it was going to happen to me. Then I started realizing these motherfuckers will touch anyone. It doesn't matter who. So I'm not surprised that there's a story like this. But yeah, secondary angry thing, Olivia Munn in Predator. I'm sorry.
Well, I
kind of upset about that. Like, bitch, are you trying to be the fucking Mexican chick from the first Predator movie? Is like that what your role is going to be? Or is this going to be one of those goddamn hashtag Me Too feminism SJW pushes where for some fucking reason Olivia Munn is legitimately the main hero of the story? If you do that, I will fucking go to Hollywood and burn that place to the ground.
Olivia Munn is hot, but she can't lead a movie.
Oh, and so a bunch of people
you
come
know
out and try to tell me that Melissa McCarthy could totally wait, is it Melissa McCarthy?
No.
Who's the fat one?
Melissa McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, yeah. See, this is what I'm talking about. Melissa McCarthy can't act worth a shit either. She's fucking typecasted as the fat, annoying tomboy or the fat, annoying tomboy. She really doesn't get to play anything else. She's either gross or she's really cutesy and ends up in gross situations.
She's one of those actors that all she can play is Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah. Melissa McCarthy can't really play anything but Melissa McCarthy. Now, I'm not going to lie. There have been some roles in the past where I thought Melissa McCarthy was endearing, funny, hilarious, and all that stuff. But then when you see the same fucking character over and over and over again, I think The Heat was the last one where I was just like, yeah, I like Melissa McCarthy. She's fucking hilarious. And then it was just, I just kept watching the same fucking character every goddamn movie. So I'm like, you know what, Melissa, pick a new fucking, you're Vince Vaughn. You're the short, fat Vince Vaughn. Pick a new character.
Actually, Vince Vaughn, his breakout role was in, Psycho remake. He did fucking excellent, man.
Yeah, he did play a good psychotic guy.
Since then, he, along with Owen Wilson, has been typecast to play
true.
the same fucking characters over and over again. I'm not giving her the credit that I'm not sinking her down to Owen Wilson's fucking level because, truthfully speaking, Owen Wilson has never been a good fucking actor. He has played the same easygoing, this is all right, I like this, this is okay. He's played the same fucking stoner without pot character in every goddamn movie he's ever fucking appeared in. Him and Luke Wilson never changed their character fucking development. Vince Vaughn and Melissa McCarthy, however, brought a fresh new fucking vibe to acting when they started off. Unfortunately, they got typecasted very quickly. Right, that's why I say they're the same.
Do you want to hear the rest of what makes this worse?
Yes, I went on a fucking tirade about Hollywood and bad actors.
Big surprise.
Little background on this guy, because, well, he usually plays bit roles. Apparently, he was a jogger who hits on Munn's character a lot in this film. But he pled guilty to 2 felonies, risk of injury to a child and enticing a minor by computer. And then, of course, right after he got out of prison, his good friend started casting him in roles in his movies. But the worst part is the quote the friend made to the New York Times at first, which was, "I personally choose to help a friend. I can understand others might disapprove as his conviction was on a sensitive charge not to be taken lightly. But he says he has long believed that Stragle was caught up in a bad situation versus something lecherous."
How is this not a bad situation? I mean, seriously, this isn't like a shoplifting scandal.
Yeah, if I found out a friend of mine was a pedophile, that person would no longer be a friend of mine. There are certain things that you can't justify.
Yeah, really, there are just certain things no one can justify.
And I'm like, you are not fundamentally the person I thought you were. You are absolutely no longer my fucking friend.
Yeah, the convictions were for someone that Striegel described as one of his distant relatives who he was attempting to boost her self-esteem via email, and he made it clear that the two were not engaged in a romantic relationship because of her age and because they were related. However, there is some evidence there is some evidence that there may have been physical contact, including kissing, touching of Jane Doe's breasts over her clothes, and rubbing her leg and stroking her neck on several occasions.
Yeah, no.
Pass, yeah.
That
Yeah. But the update to that would be that Shane Black has now apologized because someone slipped him the court documents of the trial and all that, and he went, "Oh, as he put it, quote, it's sadly become clear to me that I was misled by a friend. I really wanted to believe he was telling me the truth when he described the circumstances of his conviction. I believe strongly in giving people second chances, but sometimes you discover the chance is not warranted as you may have hoped."
yeah, I am much like him. I am more than happy to give people second chances. And depending on the circumstances, maybe even a third chance. That particular circumstance does not get any more chances. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You just go straight to jail and stay there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's stumped in. I mean, I will give you an option, but it's not going to be any better for you. But real quick, we have just recording for $3. I still got grill marks on my balls from last time I made Foreman's Snickerdoodles. Joseph, some things you just don't share with the class. I don't know how or why this happened.
No, I have questions. I am a baker. I make fabulous freaking snickerdoodles. I do not know anywhere within this process that requires the inserting of one's balls. I need education here.
Well, you're not thinking hard enough then.
I don't even want to know how
And you know what? You never will with that attitude.
No, I'm asking for education. You know? Naked cookie grilling is traditional. Ah, okay. I've never indulged in the naked cookie grilling.
I don't. Oh my God.
It's up there with like naked bacon cooking. You just don't do it.
Yeah, no. He was trying to get the liquor from above the counter.
Oh my God! If a woman baked me cupcakes naked, that would be like the hottest thing of all time.
Baking cupcakes naked is fine. Just never making bacon naked.
Yeah,
That
bacon.
hurts.
Yeah, no,
naked bacon is a problem, unless you're microwaving it,
Why would you microwave bacon?
because it's done in like 5 minutes.
That-
And
it
microwave
doesn't
bacon
make it
doesn't
crispy.
suck necessarily.
But it doesn't get crispy.
It's not right. Bacon is meant to be put on a griddle and made crispy.
I know
you
that's
have
what
to
it's made
bake
for.
it
I'm
in
just
the
saying you
oven-
can microwave bacon.
Doesn't mean you should.
And it would be naked friendly. It would be a naked friendly version of cooking bacon.
No, if you really have to do naked friendly, there's baking the bacon in the oven, which is a way of doing it without burning your skin.
Well,
I
all
And
right.
it still gets crispy.
I actually
I'm
do
not
like it.
I'm not a naked chef, okay? I don't know all your tricks. There.
Get on our level there, Rob. Strip down, go and make some bacon. You'll understand.
No, I understand. I don't need. I mean, I'm just saying there are. If there are tricks, to cooking naked bacon, then I'm not privy to them. That all I
Oh,
knew was
God.
yeah.
Joseph's making it worse.
Somehow the whiskey was in the back of the cabinet, so I kind of leaned forward and didn't immediately realize my boys were. How do you not immediately realize this? Everything I have heard from everything male is that is a very tender.
Does
very
anybody else smell
delicate-
burning eggs?
Yeah, that is a very tender, delicate portion of the body, and that's something that's very sensitive. And when something happens to it, you immediately know.
I'm sorry. I thought that area of the man was so sensitive that a flick could make a man be on their knees.
Just breathe on it. It's going to drop us to our knees.
I mean, how do you not know that?
I don't know.
Pure focus on the whiskey, he says.
Okay, no, don't tell me about it takes a second to recognize pain. In my line of work, I am always freaking hurting myself. Okay? I know how fast you can recognize pain.
Especially if it's sensitive areas.
Yeah.
if it's sensitive areas, it's like the pain's usually like. Have you ever stubbed your toe or like hit your elbow?
Oh,
It
God,
takes like a
yes.
second.
It's
It
not
takes,
even
like,
a second.
you feel it like the second it happens. As it happens, you feel the pain.
I have worked my fingertips to the point where I really don't have a lot of nerve endings in them because they've repeatedly burned and everything. So, but I work with flame. And when I burn my fingertips, despite that, I still freaking know the instant I have burned my fingers because I go, ow, hot. What the hell, Joseph? Do you have a dinosaur brain?
Okay, painting will give you. Yeah, you are true. For a lot of things, I understand. Sometimes it takes a minute. My dad works as a handyman. He has accidentally shot himself through part of his hand with a nail gun, and it took him a second to realize he did it.
I don't. What?
My dad accidentally shot him, put a nail. It didn't like hurt anything. It kind of went through a more fleshier area, just skin. So it was just a little small little flesh wound. But it took him a second to realize he had done it. So I understand that sometimes people like cut, do things and it doesn't register till they see it, or like a second later it registers. I just think the balls might be the first thing a man would notice if hot anything was near.
Joseph says it wasn't the first bottle of whiskey.
Oh, never mind.
You know
That
what?
makes sense.
That doesn't just make sense. That touches me in my heart, bro. I have done some very stupid things during the second and third bottle of whiskey.
We don't need to know. We don't need to know, Brockus.
I was fucked up that night. I got into 3 different fights. 2 of them were with trees.
Did the trees win?
Often did. Pine tree bastard.
Brockus, are you the orc that has a tree for a hand?
No, I'm not the orc with a tree for a hand. That's Blackhand, and he's a fucking scumbag. Dumb fuck letting himself get controlled by Coldan, piece of shit.
I take it.
Yes,
Opinion.
I'm shit talking a fictional character for being a bitch. Yes, that is a thing happening. Anyways, let's move on to one of Ishtar's stories.
Which one would you like? Would you like weird news or science?
Weird science?
Let's see.
I think you got one of those.
We're probably living in a simulation, Elon Musk says. How's that?
Question, did he say this while smoking weed?
No idea.
All right.
Elon Musk thinks we're all probably trapped in a matrix-like pseudo-existence. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. So any civilizations that may have arisen throughout the cosmos have had loads and loads of time to hone their technological know-how. The SpaceX founder and CEO explained early this morning during a long, wide-ranging, and very entertaining appearance on comedian Joe Rogan's popular podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience. If you assume
yes, he was smoking weed.
If you assume any rate of improvement at all, then games will be indistinguishable from reality or civilization will end. One of those 2 things will occur, Musk said. Therefore, we are most likely in a simulation because we exist. I think most likely this is just about probability. There are many, many simulations, he added. You may as well call them reality, or you could call them multiverse. The substrate... What stupid ad? The substrate on which... What the... Sorry, stupid Capital One ad started playing.
Oh, I hate when ads play.
I love when that happens. I just want to read some interesting scientific news. Capital One, fuck off. Farmers Market, fuck off. Farmers, the insurance company. Really?
Yeah, I was like, where the fuck did Farmers Market come from, brother?
Like a farmers market ad. I actually had a commercial like that play at one point. It was trying to convince me to go and fucking support my local farm, and I'm like, all the local farms here are for poop or for killing cows and chickens. I'm not going into that part of this fucking county because it smells like shit.
I know, right? The substrate on which these simulations are running, whatever it may be, is probably quite boring, at least compared to the simulations themselves, Musk further told Rogan. Why would you make a simulation that's boring? You'd make a simulation that's way more interesting than base reality, Musk said, citing video games and movies that humanity makes, which are distillations of what's interesting about life. The billionaire entrepreneur is far from alone in this interpretation. A number of physicists, cosmologists, and philosophers find the simulation hypothesis compelling. If even one advanced alien civilization with a predilection for creating simulations has ever arisen out there, the reasoning goes that it could theoretically pop off thousands or perhaps even millions or billions of fake, quote-unquote, universes. And it would be hard for the inhabitants of these digital realms to figure out the truth because all the evidence they could gather would likely be planted by the creators. Indeed, the simulation idea is one of many possible explanations for the famous Fermi paradox, which basically asks, where is everybody? Everybody being aliens, of course. This was far from the only ground that Musk and Rogan covered during their 2.5-hour conversation. For example, Musk reiterated his concerns about unregulated and uncontrolled artificial intelligence, stressed that a bright and appealing future for humanity involves exploring and settling other worlds, both in our solar system and beyond, and discussed the traffic-reducing potential of extensive tunnel systems, which his Boring company aims to build in big cities around the world. Musk also talked at length about Tesla, the electric car company he runs, and the need for our species to wean itself off fossil fuels. Musk described humanity's mass displacement of carbon from the ground to the atmosphere, and from there into the oceans, as an incredibly dangerous experiment whose ultimate outcome is unknown. We should not do this, he told Rogan. We know that sustainable energy is the endpoint, so why are we doing this experiment? It's an insane experiment. It's the dumbest experiment in human history. Musk also casually mentioned that he has an idea for an electric supersonic plane that takes off and lands vertically, but said he doesn't view the development of this concept as a priority at the moment, given the other pressing problems humanity needs to solve. Musk and Rogan sipped whiskey throughout their conversation. And at one point, the comedian lit up a joint and Musk took a puff. Yes, he was high. This apparently was a rare event. The SpaceX CEO said he almost never smokes marijuana, which is legal in California where the Joe Rogan Experience is taped, and doesn't enjoy it because it saps his famous productivity. It's like a cup of coffee in reverse, Musk said. I like to get things done. I like to be useful. He told Rogan that ideas are bouncing around inside his head all the time. It's like a never-ending explosion. That he realized he was different from other people when he was just 5 or 6 years old. I thought I was insane, Musk said. As a kid, he added, he worried that authority figures might notice his strangeness and put him away somewhere. There was so much other interesting stuff as well. For example, Musk appreciatively handled a samurai sword in the studio that Rogan said was 500 years old. And at one point toward the end of the conversation, Musk said, this may sound corny, but love is the answer. Another choice quote, I don't know what would happen if I got sent in a sensory deprivation tank. Sounds concerning. You can watch the entire thing on the Joe Rogan Experience's YouTube page. Quick, everybody rush to go watch it.
No,
actually, I do recommend going and watching that segment because Elon Musk is an interesting person to listen to, even if he says crazy shit, even if he says weird shit. It doesn't really matter. Go and watch Elon Musk, or as I like to call him, Trump Jr.
Plus, as far as I'm concerned, it's the greatest meme of 2018 so far.
So far, yes, absolutely. I agree with you. I have a little bit of breaking news going on right now. Tranime Girl is currently being threatened with her own dogs.
I saw that.
Yes. Some piece of shit from fucking Europe, I don't know exactly where in Europe, but some piece of shit from Europe has decided that one of Tranime Girl's friends, named Scarlett, is apparently a TERF. I'm pretty sure if she was a TERF, the character of Tranime Girl, a known trans woman, would not be her friend.
Excuse me. Who the hell is Tranime Girl? And what do you mean by TERF?
Tranime Girl is a YouTuber.
Okay.
Anime Girl is a YouTuber. She kind of got a little more well known amongst some of the YouTubers that we actually circle with and everything, because she was somebody that Zeph was flirting with very heavily and was trying to get into a relationship with before he decided to be with Liz.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why a lot of people actually discovered her. Another reason is because she's a trans woman who's against the trans activists in feminism and all that crazy ass shit, because she is one of those trans people that has a good head on her shoulder, says there's only two fucking genders, and she's trans. She's doing a transition from one to the other. Oh wait, she's done a full transition. Got the snippy snip downstairs there and everything. She's actually a pretty cool chick. I do recommend everybody go and follow Tranime Girl at Tranime Girl. That's literally it. She has some very interesting tweets. Sometimes she might say some things that I don't necessarily agree with, but hey, I'm not going to agree with everybody on everything. Fair enough.
That's true.
Well,
what do you mean by TERF?
TERF is a acronym. It means Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminist.
Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminist.
Yes.
Yeah, they're the feminists that say that trans women, that women transitioning to men are traitors to their gender, and men transitioning to women aren't actually women, and they don't want them hopping on the train of their feminism movement and shit.
Yeah, they're extremely against penis in every fucking way possible. The TERFs are the type of women that will go to social media and basically talk about death to all men, and not be ironic about it. They want the actual death of every single man in this planet.
Wow.
If you had a penis at any point, even if you were born with both genitalia and had one snipped off and the other one is fine, and you just so happen to have a vagina, but at one point you did have a penis, they would still kick you out of their fucking group, because if they ever found out that you were born with a set of cock and balls, you're done. You're done. In their eyes, the dick is the worst and most disgusting thing on the fucking planet. They are some of the most foul women you will ever come across. Shoe on Head has done several videos on TERFs. I believe Blair White has talked about TERFs a few times. I believe Prince of Queens has talked about TERFs a few times. Go to a lot of the LGBTQ side of LGBT, fuck the Q. But go to the LGBT side of YouTube, and you will see at least 10,000 fucking videos on TERFs and why they are fucking shit people.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So TERF means shit bitch. Gotcha.
TERF means never in a million years would you ever even want to try to listen to these people and see their point of view. Their point of view is so monstrous, you want them to stop talking. You can tell them, go ahead and keep talking. I'm not listening, but you keep talking. That's fine.
Understood.
But yeah, so this cunt is apparently has decided, because they are a TRA. I think TRA stands for Trans Rights Activist.
Mm-hmm.
And Tranime Girl has actually got a problem with the TRAs, because the trans rights activists are a bunch of fucking spurgs who are almost as bad as TERFs, obviously. But those are the extreme people that demand the most ridiculous of treatment and laws be put in place, because they just want inclusion every single place you can think of. They're probably the reason why Ruby Rose is no longer going to play fucking Batwoman. I don't know if she is or isn't, but
she still is. And from the last bit of any news, she still is.
Oh, well, they are definitely the reason why fucking Scarlett Johansson is no longer playing the trans woman character from that movie that they were going to do, talking about the male to female trans person from the 80s. Mm-hmm. But the debacle with fucking Scarlett Johansson casted as this one particular character who's supposed to be a trans woman. She's no longer playing that character. These are the people that caused that to happen.
I thought that was the trans community that said they should have gotten a trans actor or actress to play the character.
The TRAs are in the trans community. The TRAs are the trans community. They're the trans rights activists.
Oh, that never mind. Confusing groups.
Yeah.
I mean, on one hand, I can kind of agree with them that, you know, if you're going to make a movie about it, you should probably get someone involved or to act, you know, that it has actually gone through it. But on the other hand, it's if this is an actress that can do a good job portraying it, fucking shut up.
Okay.
Or if it's an actress playing the female version before they transition, that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Okay. This is actually a very thin ice kind of scenario to be skating on, because let's go ahead and actually pull up some facts about how changes have been made in recent Hollywood films within the last 10-20 years. Okay, does anyone remember the movie Iron Grid?
Vaguely, yes.
Grid?
The Iron Grid, yes. It's a movie about the Rock plays this warden at a juvenile hall, and he decides to start a football league with these essential teenage criminals.
Yeah, I remember that movie now.
Did you know that the guy that the Rock is playing is actually a little shorter than him in real life and white with blonde hair?
Nah, it's The Rock. It was entertaining.
That's my point, though. See, that's my point. No one cared that the actual man, still alive, by the way, who completely agreed to all of this, is not the ethnicity The Rock is in the slightest, because The Rock is black and Samoan. We know this. We've all known this for a long time. Dwayne Johnson is a black Samoan. But the character he is playing, the actual real life person, is a white dude with blonde hair. Okay? No one gave a fuck about that, even though The Rock is clearly not white. Heimdall, in Norse mythology, in the comic books, and almost every single media that has had the Norse gods and such, has portrayed Heimdall as a pale white, redheaded fucking Norse god.
And is he the only black dude in fucking
in the movie
Asgard? It's like, Jesus Christ.
Kind of. It's a little weird.
I gotta admit, I love that portrayal of Heimdall so much.
There's one Chinese dude.
Well, Hogan, okay, there's a reason why Hogan is the way he is. And I will explain that if need be, but I don't think I need to go into it and everything like that. Still, Heimdall in the movies, in the MCU, is played by Idris Elba. Does anyone care? No. We love Idris Elba so much that he gets to, when he's typecast, when he's casted as a character who's predominantly white, there are only three sides of the argument. There's the side that's all for it because, yeah, they did it to us for so long in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, we might as well do it to them. Well, actually, it was more like the 30s, 40s, 50s, and even half of the 60s. They did it so much to us, we're going to do it to them now. And it's just like, you guys need to shut the fuck up. And then there's the other half that's just like, how dare he? He can't play a fucking white character. Heimdall's white. And I do kind of agree with them on a certain degree because his name's legitimately translated to the pale one or the white one. So it's just like, all right, that does seem a little fucking weird that he's being called this and opposite is being portrayed. But at the same time, that side needs to shut the fuck up. And then there's the nerds in the middle going, I love Idris Elba, and I think he's going to do a great role.
Yeah, I thought he did good as Heimdall, and I didn't really care about that. The one I had a problem with was when he was playing the gunslinger.
I didn't care.
But that wasn't because they're changing the role of a white guy to a black guy. The reason for that is because in the books, the fact that he's white plays a very important part of the entire second book. Like
you also have
part of the story.
You have to consider one very specific detail. The character is supposed to literally look just like Clint Eastwood in his prime.
And Rob does
spaghetti westerns,
yeah, and Rob does bring up a good point. That character was supposed to be kind of racist, and there was a bunch of plot stuff that basically has to go out the window the second you make the character black.
As soon as you make the character black, you know that they're changing the spirit of the book. They're changing. They're not just changing some things here and there. They have to rewrite the story, and it ended up being such shit. That movie was fucking terrible.
there's always going to be those unfortunate situations when, if a character is supposed to be a specific race, a specific color, and all that stuff, because of one reason or another, then, you know, don't fucking change it just because you want to put some kind of fucking political view in your argument. For example, Titans. Don't know how many times I got to point out the fact that it is extremely important for Beast Boy, outside of his beast form, to be green, and for Starfire to actually be orange skinned with curly but not fucking that curly red fiery hair. It's extremely important for their character development, and the reason why
a costume that doesn't make you look like a fucking $7 hooker.
That too. The reason why, of course, being the fact that it is extremely important to their character for them to be treated with the kind of racism that they are treated with, legitimately, because there is very few people on the planet of Earth in the DC universe with green skin. Martian Manhunter, Martian Girl, and a handful of others are the only green-skinned people, and they are aliens. Beast Boy is from this fucking planet, is an unfortunate metahuman. And yet he's still treated in the same vein as the literal aliens in the story, because he's different. It's important to his character. But Beast Boy doesn't always let it get him down. Well, you can't see it because he constantly uses humor to mask his pain. Then there's Starfire, a literal alien who's orange-skinned. She, in the entire story, doesn't really deal with the kind of racism black people deal with. She deals with the kind of racism that only the Martian Manhunter can deal with. You're not from this planet. Go fucking home.
Yeah, and also it's not like black, like she has a community she can rally around. She is alone and isolated as the only, like, one of her species on the planet. She doesn't understand customs. She doesn't understand, like, sayings and idioms and stuff like that. She's constantly making a fool of herself by misunderstanding what people are talking about and the intentions they have and shit like that.
She comes from a planet where the people are hereditarily polyamorous. On this planet, we are constantly trying to push for monogamy. She doesn't get this, and it causes a bit of trouble. There's certain etiquette that she doesn't always follow, simply because on her planet it is done differently. She dresses in the way that she does because she comes from a planet where it's incredibly humid, incredibly hot. It's you know, a very harsh fucking area. And so she dresses the way she does because, one, it's comfortable to her, and two, she legitimately exudes fire. It's part of her power. She does the whole fire thing, so most likely she runs hot all the time. Again, there are very specific things about her character that make her have to be this way. So when you take that element away, you're basically saying, fuck the people that actually know these characters. We're going to do our bullshit political push because we have some sort of a fucking message to tell people. And all the fans who are in an uproar are basically saying, you don't fucking understand your own properties. Fuck you. Stop this shit.
Have you seen, there's a photo of somebody took that actress, a modeling photo of that actress who's playing Starfire, and photoshopped her skin orange and gave her Starfire hair and photoshopped the Starfire clothes on her. She looks fucking perfect.
I would fucking accept the shit, and then I'm like, yes!
Fuck yeah. She looks fucking, like, that would have goddamn nailed it. Mm-hmm. They could have fucking nailed it so easy.
Boys.
Yeah.
We've gone on a tangent.
Yeah, we did. I apologize about that because we were talking about the whole trans actress and everything like that. So whenever it comes to the whole thing about, like, we're going to do a story about a trans person and stuff like that, because it's an important story, I sometimes do agree. Yeah, you really shouldn't have an actress unless she's a legit trans person. But here's the biggest problem. How many trans women are in Hollywood that can act? How many trans women are able to act and are you know, could pull the role off perfectly? These are the factors that people tend to misunderstand and not look at because, oh, there aren't enough Asians in this Asian movie. Well, there aren't a lot of Asian fucking actors in Hollywood that can speak English. I mean, you know, the Asians in Hollywood are typically just, you know, background actors or fight choreographers the handful of female actresses we do have, there isn't a whole lot of them in the acting scene. Not necessarily because they've been discouraged from actually doing it, but because they fucking focused on becoming doctors, lawyers, and scientists. For fuck's sake. I don't know how many times you have to actually point out to people a person's fucking career was their choice. They weren't forced to fucking go this route. No one put a gun to their head and said, you're going to be a prostitute, you're going to be a lawyer, you're going to be a construction worker, you're going to be a doctor, you're also going to be a doctor, but you're going to be one of those vagina doctors. Nobody did that. Nobody ever fucking did that to people, and if they have, fuck those people.
Yeah,
They're called gynecologists, Brockus.
if I can make an example here, we have somebody who even back in like the late 80s, early 90s, somebody like RuPaul was like a cross-dresser and hugely successful, had her own TV shows and stuff like that, but nobody handed that to RuPaul. RuPaul worked her fucking ass off to make all of that happen.
Oh yeah.
And also there's like that, you know, there's just that the match striking in Hollywood that you never know when you can catch a big break or when somebody's going to become famous or something like that. All of that just kind of happens fucking at the you know, flip of a coin, kind of. So I mean, I'm sure there are a ton of trans people that could be successful actors, but just haven't made their break yet. They just haven't fallen into that little magic slot that got them famous, like, you know, that whatever happened to RuPaul, or they're not working hard enough and they're blaming all their problems on fucking society being transphobic and shit.
Yeah, like
that's bullshit.
David Arquette had a brother who eventually became his sister and unfortunately passed away several years ago. Well, not several years ago, a few years ago, but still, like, you know, that is an actual trans actor who really knew how to act, but she gave up on acting quite a while ago. Like right around the time she actually, you know, made the transition, she stopped acting and started living her life like a regular person. But unfortunately, eventually died. She passed away. Apparently, she had a homemade porno of her, and Pornhub bought every single copy of it that existed. Made sure that they had every single bite of this particular homemade porno and destroyed all of the data. But I think that was like the coolest thing that Pornhub has ever done. Like that particular person was, you know, didn't deserve the kind of, you know, unfortunate infamy that was about to come with somebody actually discovering that, you know, whole thing. And Pornhub, with their billions of dollars, decided we're going to be the good guy for once and destroyed what they would have normally just plastered all over their fucking website. Anyways, we have talked way too long about all of this shit. We're going to move on to another topic. Rob, what do you got for us?
Okay. Let's see. Florida man hired Thursday, fired Sunday, and tries to kill boss 2 hours later, police say. How about that? Does that work for you, Brockus?
It does. I want to know how and why.
Okay. Seminole County, Florida. Sanford police arrested a man for allegedly trying to kill his boss 2 hours after he was fired. The manager told police Dwan Lewis chased him from Bonata Aluminum Products on Jewett Lane and started firing into his car. A different manager told Eyewitness News Lewis had only worked there since Thursday and was fired Sunday morning for throwing supplies and tools on the ground. Lewis was fired, then waited for his district supervisor outside for 2 hours, the manager said. Investigators told Lewis then chased the manager and his girlfriend for 1.5 miles. Jesus Christ, man. The girlfriend told police she heard about five shots. The arrest report states bullet holes were found in the rear bumper, trunk door, and right rear tire of the manager's car. The manager and his girlfriend were not hurt. Lewis was later arrested at his home. According to Seminole County court records, Lewis had several drug and theft charges since 2014. Lewis is being held on $46,000 bond, and that is the end of the story.
Wow.
But you're not really okay. His name's Dwan Lewis with the J, with the silent J. I'm just gonna never mind. Just can you fuck, dude? Can't go around shooting at people for fucking firing you for being a shitty employee.
Yeah, I mean,
The amount of fucking entitlement in this goddamn country. People think they can do fucking whatever the goddamn hell they want.
that's where we get the phrase postal from. You know, shitty fucking people got treated shittily, got let go, whatever.
Well, no, what I understand postal is going postal is just like when you snap, you don't have to be fired or something like that. You just like go insane and snap one day and go into work and start killing everybody just because you just can't take another day in the cubicle or you can't take another.
That actually that's why. Here's the thing though. The reason why it's called going postal or postal or something like that is because I don't remember when it happened, but it was a postman.
Yeah.
It was a post officer who basically hated his fucking job. He just did the same thing day in, day out for a fuckload of time. And he never got recognition. He never got treated well. He never got employee of the month. He never got any kind of shit like that. You know, he never got really recognized for his contributions to his job and shit. And he was consistently mistreated on site, at work, at like their fucking post office warehouse type shit, whatever the hell it was, all that stuff. And then one day, without warning, he was just fired. Came into work the next day and started fucking killing everyone at work because of what happened. But
And thus the term going postal became infamous.
yeah, but but like, you know, what the story you just told me is akin to that, except he was rightfully fucking fired. It wasn't, you know, they fired me for no fucking reason. There was no warning. The warning was you kept dropping shit, homie. You were a terrible employee. They fucking fired you because it just wasn't working
Not
out.
even dropping shit, just throwing shit on the ground. Just no respect for his equipment and his materials and shit.
There you go. Like, basically, he was just a shitty fucking employee, and shitty employees should be fucking fired. I've dealt with plenty of employees at my actual fucking, you know, work site. My job, I work in a warehouse, as many people know, and whenever somebody would ask me like, "How's work going?" in my head, I want to scream out from the rooftop, just like, "Why does everybody in my fucking building seem to have this problem with working?" Like, half the people don't want to work, and the other half who do actually work and want to fucking earn a paycheck end up getting pissed off and spiteful because the other half doesn't want to work, and they get away with not working. So they don't work themselves. And I'm sitting there busting my ass for fucking hours on end, like, God damn it, just do something.
Picking up other people's slack.
Yeah, I've had to pick up so many fucking people's slack. And then, you know, because there are different shifts at the warehouse, I have to deal with the morning shift and the day shift's bullshit because they don't like to fucking do anything when it is day shift. They come to work, they talk and stand around for 10 fucking hours, not really doing their goddamn job. I've come into work several times to the same trailer 3 days in a row. 3 days in a row. It's fucking ridiculous. It wasn't the same fucking trailer all 3 days. No. It was, I load almost most of this fucking trailer. Day shift was supposed to have gotten X amount of drops. I come in for the night shift. It's almost fucking completely backed up on the line that I actually usually would work at. I fill up the fucking trailer, get a new trailer in, almost fill that one up. Same thing next day. And then the next day. It was fucking ridiculous. Day shift just didn't do shit. It's the entire fucking thing. And it pisses me off when assholes do shit like this. You know, do your fucking job. Stop being a terrible fucking employee. Also, stop blaming other fucking people for you being such a terrible employee. You got fired because of your stupid fuck-ups. Not because Cindy was wearing short shorts that day. Ishtar, I'm looking at you.
What's wrong with short shorts?
I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure she wears short shorts just to piss people off. She'll wear short shorts around the house just to see who's noticing. The cat notices. We all know.
I didn't even know she was wearing short shorts. I noticed.
But see, that's where you don't just. That's where you can just ditch the short shorts. Just go no pants whatsoever.
That's okay. See, now that's the Wren playbook. As soon as the kids are out of the house, there are no pants on Wren, and she will walk by Igor on purpose just to see how he reacts. Joke's on you, Star Trek's on. He ain't gonna notice.
Duh, that's what the thongs are for.
How do you think she got kids to begin with?
Yeah.
And for the record, everybody likes my short shorts. Thank you very much.
I'm not saying they don't. I've seen you in person. I would like the short shorts too.
Brockus, don't count yourself out. You look amazing in short shorts.
I've seen you in the thong, dude. You're Playboy, totally.
Right. Okay.
I saw that picture.
I know. A lot of people have seen that picture. And maybe I will show the audience yet again my terrible, horrible past, where I basically took my own boxer briefs and rolled them up into my ass. But for now, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next story, because I'm done talking about shitty fucking employees and shitty fucking coworkers. So we're going to go ahead and talk about Ishtar. What do you got for us in the world of science?
How about the Miami Herald endorsing a candidate who says she was taken by space aliens?
I am curious. Let's hear crazy.
What planet are you from, Miami Herald? The newspaper is endorsing a Republican congressional candidate who says she was abducted by Jesus-like aliens. Bettina Rodriguez Aguilera, a former Doral councilwoman, is running in the primary to replace the retiring Representative Elena Rosletens. I don't know. We're going to call her Elena. In Florida's 27th congressional district. And despite the contender's out-of-this-world claims, she has the thumbs up from a major mainstream newspaper. She's a strong candidate in the race with plausible conservative ideas, the Herald wrote. The Daily's editorial board conceded that Rodriguez Aguilera is an unusual candidate, but agreed with her that her comments about her close encounter aren't an issue in the race. I'm sorry. I'm not discounting that the possibility that there may be alien life out there. I'm not. I'm open-minded about that. But, we don't have any actual proof yet. And I kind of am concerned about somebody running for a congressional election who's making this claim. We have enough freaking crazies in Congress as it is. We do not need another one. Though I have
how
to
many
admit,
people in the world just carry cameras around them at all times?
I have to admit, aliens is different than the usual old man creepy shit that goes on there normally. So, yeah. Anyway, in 2009 interviews that the Herald reported on last October, Rodriguez Aguilera claimed she was taken into a ship at age 7 by blonde space people who resembled Christ the Redeemer statue in Rio de Janeiro, the paper said. They have telepathically communicated off and on since then, she claimed. I went in. There were some round seats that were there and some quartz rocks that controlled the ship. Not like airplanes, Rodriguez Aguilera said, according to the Herald. She told the Herald last year that she is merely among the majority of Americans who believe that there must be intelligent life in the billions of planets and galaxies in the universe. Addressing more earthly concerns, Herald wrote in its endorsements, her bona fides as a formal elected official and now a businesswoman who spends time in other countries training women to run for office are solid. Still, perhaps there was some explaining to do. Here's why we chose her. She's not crazy, Herald editorial page Nancy Ancrum told the Washington Post. We chose not to see her as a two-dimensional figure, and we chose not to make that an overriding concern. We're more thoughtful than that. End of article.
I don't want to really step on toes here, but you look at our politicians and tell me there isn't proof of alien life.
No, those are the lizard people, Brockus.
How do we know that the lizard people aren't actually from a completely different planet? Sorry, but Marvel and DC have kind of opened my eyes to making me think perhaps
Brock, as
there are
any
lizard
good
people here.
as any good conspiracy theorist knows, the lizard people come from the center of the earth. They're not aliens. They're a highly advanced society. They work in strong conjunction with the Illuminati.
Right? They've been evolving alongside humanity throughout time, just under the earth.
Get your information correct, Brockus.
I don't want to.
Well, if you're going to start talking about the lizard people, they get very offended if you're not correct.
Did somebody just get offended from Britain? Like, what the fuck was that goddamn clanging noise?
That was me putting my plate aside. I had waffle for dinner.
Okay, because I was just like, oh my god, it's tea time, and somebody has just said something quite horrid.
No, I am out of tea, though, which is sad.
Aw.
That actually is sad. I'm not even gonna
Yeah,
lie.
it is.
Okay.
But that's life.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I had waffle. It was delicious.
Waffle.
It was a citrus waffle.
I'll go.
What? A citrus waffle. What's a citrus waffle?
It has orange zest mixed in.
We have a question from the chat from Optimus Prime, but did the water turn the lizard people gay? That is an excellent question. I don't know.
That is a legitimate question. Next time next time some crazy person talks to a lizard person, we'll find out. I said too much. Moving on.
We're going to move on to one of Wren's stories. Wren, what do you have for us in the realm of SJWs and stupid fucking politics and stupid shit like
Random
that?
stuff. Do you want bacon or cats?
Cats.
I'm worried about the bacon. Let's hear the cats.
You want cats?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
hear about cats.
Cats. This is the headline. Cats apparently think that humans are big, clumsy, hairless cats.
I have heard this.
Yeah, I've heard this too.
According to John Bradshaw, an expert on cat behavior and author of the best-selling book on cat science, I didn't know there was such thing as cat science.
Wait, hold on, wait.
Oh, it sounds totally legit.
So, this person is the technical authority on cat information and shit.
Yeah, apparently you can be a scientist and do nothing but study cats all day.
I
Okay.
want this job. I love
Yeah,
kittens.
See, your job is to play with the kittens all day. Got it.
I want this. I want this so much.
I
There's
fear for the future.
Hey,
plenty-
cat. Sorry, Wren. Last interruption, I promise.
Okay.
Cats are a very valuable source of information. After all, they did inspire the saying, an object at rest will stay at rest.
Mhm.
The cat didn't move until he nudged it with his foot, and then it got up and moved. So it was acted on by an outside force. Everybody knows that.
There's plenty of evidence that points to the fact that cats see humans as nothing more than fellow cats. Quote from Bradshaw, "We've yet to discover anything about cat behavior that suggests they have a separate box they put us in when they're socializing with us. They obviously know we're bigger than them, but they don't seem to have adapted their social behavior much." So it's just kind of sciencey, but cute and it has cat gifs in the article, which is just adorable. But yeah, apparently cats look at humans like they're just giant cats. Brockus, are you just being quiet here?
Are you trying to? Is this article trying to justify fucking like catkin and furries? I'm thinking.
No.
It's a
This
stepping
article's
stone.
this article's
damn it.
actually just talking about the actual cat creatures, not the people who think they're cats. Saying that the way cats will behave with us, like rubbing their noses and faces against our legs, pawing at us, purring, that's their way of socializing with each other. And if they socialize with us that way, they don't view us any different.
There's also the fact that cats actually learned to, when cats interact, they do it silently. They rarely will make noise at each other unless they're flat out giving a warning. You know, the cat arched up, hissing, yowling at its competitor. But they're very vocal with us humans, and they've learned to mimic baby cries. That's how the meow has evolved. So that, because it's hey, this thing makes noise. The humans come and give it food. If we make noise, they will give us food. And it works. Especially when my cat Joey starts screaming at 3 a.m.
Yes, but cats also, according to this article, have a tendency of seeing us as clumsy.
And helpless.
And helpless. Thus why they like to bring you dead mice. They think you can't hunt.
Or they're trying to teach you. That's why sometimes they're alive.
Yeah.
I actually do genuinely.
This cat science sounds so solid.
I do genuinely think that we should go back to hunting our own food, just because we have created the softest of soft people in the history of humanity by creating a society where you don't have to go and hunt for your own food. And I find that just abhorrent.
I personally am desperately glad that we don't have to do that because I can't handle it. I enjoy, you know, venison and steak and fish and chickens and stuff. But if I know what it looks like prior to killing it, I can't do it.
That's what the men are for. We don't hunt, we just cook it.
But that's depending on the men. Where's your feminist pride, Wren?
It went out the window the second I realized I would have to open jars and carry heavy things. And I don't want to do that. I have managed to either be pregnant or just had a kid after every single move. So I never had to lift a heavy box or pack. And there's a reason for that.
You have excellent timing.
Yes, I do.
I don't even know where to begin.
Igor, better hope you guys don't move anymore.
Oh, fuck no, I'm done moving. No more moving. Or if I do have to move in the future, hire movers. There are people you can pay to do that for you.
And it really is a good investment. Anyway, back to cat science.
That was pretty much the end of it. They were just quoting some bad puns and discussing how cats view us. And the only thing I got from that article was, I didn't know cat scientist was an option for a job. No one told me this. I would have signed up.
Absolutely. Tell me the puns. I love puns. I want the puns.
Oh God.
Come on, puns.
Puns. Okay, leave the article back up.
Plug your ears, Brockus.
Not that. It's just like we could be moving on, but no.
Do you want to move on?
Well, you had your geek fit. Let me have 2 minutes of puns.
Fine, let her have her damn puns. If I can enjoy Igor's bad dad jokes, then I guess she can enjoy these.
Thank you.
Yes, let me find some of the good ones. Okay, good. Now that's just her. You can tell Cat Lady wrote this article because there's some of the. They're just adorable. I called call kittens when they need their paws. Call it making muffins, things like that. That seems to be about it. Otherwise, it's crazy cat lady talk.
Aw, bummer.
I know.
I'm disappointed.
I just got cat scientist as an option for career, and there were cat gifts in the article. So
that was not on my high school career list.
We all
remember cat scientist being on there.
We got gypped. I mean, it's like if Brockus had been offered puppy scientist, where his only job would have been play with puppies all day.
God damn it, is that still a thing? Can I still do that? Why did somebody make a legit fucking Gromosh? Some people.
What?
Some people.
What?
Well, no.
I'm
complain more.
Okay, what you guys don't know is halfway through this whole stream, I have actually been playing World of Warcraft. And I just saw somebody had actually, they unlocked Magar Orc and then went out of their way to get every fucking transmog they can to make their character legitimately, minus the weapons, look exactly like Garrosh Hellscream. And I'm just like, why would you do that?
Brockus, I want to point out the irony of the fact that not that long ago you were ranting about people slacking at their job and you were playing a freaking video game.
Hey, have I been slacking in my job?
The irony.
Yes.
You haven't always been paying attention.
No, I have been paying attention. That's the reason why I'm saying I'm not slacking at my job.
I say you are slacking at your job.
And
that's because you just want me to be a dick at this point. Fuck you too, Rob.
And Optimus Prime is suggesting that a better job for Brockus would be red panda scientist.
Oh my god, those actually do exist. Then I would have to go through so many years of school just to become a zoologist that specializes in red pandas. But I get to play with red pandas, and it's already too late. I can't do it.
It's never too late to follow your dreams, Brockus.
You're supposed to check Streamlabs. Chat is saying so.
I've been checking Streamlabs like pretty much all night. I guess it was recent. So let me go ahead and.
Someone from Joseph something says Streamlabs Brockus.
Kerwin. Joseph Kerwin.
Joseph Kerwin for $3. I like the idea of hunting
Kerwin.
my own.
It's Kerwin. You have to pronounce the H.
Quinn.
Even though I know it's silent.
You need to
the second letter there.
Calm the fuck down because
it's like
the way it's
Cool
spelled.
Whip.
The way it's spelled here, there is no fucking H except in the Joseph.
Matter, man. It doesn't matter.
I'm reading what he's saying. I like the idea of hunting my own food, but I've never found a cow in the woods. I'd starve. You don't look for the cows in the woods. You look
cows
for
are in the fields.
In the woods.
Deer's in the woods.
Yeah, the deer's in the woods. The cow is in the fields. Also, there are wolves in the fucking woods. Be careful.
Nothing good ever happens in the woods, Joseph.
Bullshit. There's lots of sex that can happen in the woods, and that's good in my opinion.
It always ends in ritual sacrifice.
Not always. Sometimes it's just ritualistic
or herpes.
sex.
If it doesn't end in ritual sacrifice, it ends in herpes. Nothing good ever happens in the woods. It's a rule that has never steered me wrong, Brockus.
Brockus, I thought only gay sex took part in the woods.
No, gay sex takes part in fucking trucker stops. They just so happen to be in the woods.
Okay.
Okay, then. Moving on.
We have thoroughly derailed the shit out of this topic.
You have.
Yes, you have. What's the next article then?
Well, let's move on to the next article, and I believe it's on Rob at this point. Rob, what you got for us in the world of Florida, man?
Okay, we have a Florida woman, just for Brockus. Woman, I chose this purely for the headline. Woman allegedly rips out victim's colostomy bag, hits him with iron over exorcism money.
Over exorcism money?
Yes.
That was not what I expected. I expected drugs. I expected, stolen car, something like that.
Yeah, car, breaking into house.
Exorcism money.
Exorcism money.
Ooh,
Farmersville, California. It's not even Florida. We go to either. She's probably from Florida, for all I know. A Farmersville woman is facing charges after assaulting and trying to rob a man. Bertha Ocheco, 56. No, I'm sorry, Osejo. Not Ocheco, it's Osejo. 56 showed up at the victim's home on Avenue 304 around 5 p.m. Thursday. She asked the man for $5,000 to go to Mexico and have an exorcism, but became angry when the victim wouldn't hand over the money. That's when Osejo pulled out the victim's colostomy bag and tried to hit him with an iron. She even broke windows in the man's house, but fled before deputies arrived. They were able to track her down and arrest her. And that is a short but sweet article. But dear God, what a story!
I have so many questions.
Oh, I have
if
no
there
answers.
wasn't enough reason to tell people to not let illegals in this country, that's a good one, because they're just gonna get mad at you and beat you up with your own colostomy bag, or well, with a colostomy bag and an iron, and basically, like, you give me back.
Where did the iron come from?
The exorcist money. She was probably carrying it.
Is she carrying an iron?
Yeah. I don't know. Like,
who has $5,000? If you open the door and the dude's got a colostomy bag, he's probably got like medical bills and doesn't have a spare $5,000 cash on hand to give.
Most likely, he has one of those void checks from some some magazine company. It's like this check actually doesn't isn't worth shit, but this is what you could be making if you subscribed and won this contest. Blah blah blah.
And you don't need to go to Mexico for an exorcism. I don't even know if you got to pay for an exorcism. I'm pretty sure priests will do that shit on the fucking gratis there. For the sake of banishing Satan and whatnot.
Now the church needs money.
Can you imagine if, like in The Exorcist, if near the end the priest shows up and he goes upstairs and sees her head spinning around, Linda Blair's head spinning around, and the projectile vomit, and then just looks over and goes, "That'll be $5,000."
The power of Christ compels you. Here's the invoice. The power of Christ compels you. Right at the bottom, if you'll notice.
We only accept credit or money order. We don't accept personal checks anymore.
And we definitely don't take your fly-by-night Discover card.
Yeah, we only take Visa, MasterCard, or American Express.
PayPal is also an acceptable fee. Acceptable way. Everything is terrible in this world.
I mean...
On many levels.
Yeah.
So, we need to be cheered up then.
Yes, but how and with what?
That is the question that you, our primary host / producer, has to decide.
Yeah, we should move on to another story, but I gotta know who's got how many stories left.
I have 3.
I have 1.
I have 1.
Okay, since Ishtar has the majority of the stories, we're going to go ahead and go with one of her stories. Ishtar, let's hear about, what were your 2 choices earlier? One was science and one was...
paranormal.
Oh,
paranormal.
I'm sorry. If I just make an addendum, I found a little follow-up on this woman, a little more information. Osejo faces charges of assault with a deadly weapon, terrorist threats, armed robbery, and elderly abuse, the sheriff's office said. It wasn't the first time the pair had interacted, said a witness. She's not sure about the nature of Osejo and the man's relationship. She had threatened to kill him in the past. He has an active emergency protective order against her.
Oh, wow. The plot thickens and it's not getting any better.
No, it's not.
It's a little additional information that was pertinent.
And Good Twin says a truffle shuffle would cheer him up. Brockus.
I'm not truffle shuffling. Everybody needs to stop requesting the truffle shuffle. You're not going to get it.
What if someone donated like $50?
That's why I keep trying to raise the fucking money, but every single time somebody donates $2, they think, I paid you money, you truffle shuffle right now. It's like, it's not fucking enough. Put 2 more zeros behind it, you fucking cheap bastard.
Oh, so you're going cheaper, so $20. You heard that, chat. $20, he'll do a truffle shuffle.
I said 2 zeros, but for some reason you eliminated one of them. Fine, I guess. We'll even go as low as $20. $20 and I will truffle shuffle, but nobody wants to fucking get $20 because they think, why should I pay money when I actually get it for free? Well, clearly you can't get it for free, can you?
That's right, Brockus. You whore yourself out for a goodly amount of money. Don't cheapen yourself.
I am no longer going to be a cheap whore.
Exactly. Be proud of your whoreness.
I'm going to be a mildly expensive whore. Or cost-worthy whore.
At least a $13 whore. None of that $11 bullshit for Brockus.
We're proud of you, Brockus.
You've upped your price. Good for you.
And then Schmeckel comes in and he basically says, I don't give a fuck if they give me $2. You truffle shuffle right now. And I'm just like, God damn it, Schmeckel, you suck at this.
Just tell him that you're trying to get more. You get him more money. Then he'll stop complaining and let you do your thing.
Lionel is reminding you in the chat that Brockus, you said that once you were healed, we got a free truffle shuffle.
I'm not healed, though.
Mark, you're gonna need to pay more than 20 for my boobs.
And it also, when the fuck did I say, when I'm healed up, I'm gonna give everybody a truffle shuffle? Was I voluntold by Schmeckel? Because I don't remember those words.
Yes, you were voluntold by Schmeckel. No,
Voluntold.
No matter what, regardless of what Schmeckel says, he doesn't actually control me like that because I'm the one who turns my fucking camera on and I'm the one who takes my fucking shirt off for a truffle shuffle. Also, my tits have been shrinking, so I don't understand what the point is. Just because I got to still.
You don't give us that bullshit, Brockus. We have shamed you into revealing your truffle shuffling tits on several occasions.
And it's
do it again.
Brockus.
And it's being said in chat that you healed enough, according to chat.
Okay,
Dan?
Lionel, you fucking gay, thirsty ass motherfucker. You show me the proof where I said that. You give me the timestamp, the fucking goddamn, the tweet, whatever the case is. You give me that proof, and I will fucking keep to my word. Until then, I didn't say nothing like that. Because I don't remember saying nothing like that.
Good Twin is saying he was there the last time you truffle shuffled and you said it.
Again, I want the proof.
He says, I want to see you topless, bitch.
Yeah, I know, because he's fucking gay and thirsty as shit. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's actually quite amusing, to be honest. This dude will go on a fucking trap tirade on Twitter every once in a while. Like, seriously, everybody who is not familiar with Lionel Valentine, I highly recommend you go and follow him on Twitter. The guy can actually say some pretty fucking funny, spurgy shit involving traps. It's fucking great. It's hilarious. Also, he is one of my fucking weeaboo fucking co-hosts on my channel with Brockus Talks. Whenever I actually do talk about anime and video games and other like weeb-like shit. When I say video games, I specifically mean like JRPGs and shit like that. But yeah, him and
shit.
Yes, him and Fenris are two guys that I love to bring onto my show to fucking talk about anime and stuff like that, because that was how I ended up fucking talking to them in the first place. We just started shooting the shit with anime, and it just kind of went from there. So everybody needs to go and follow fucking Lionel, just to have a good old laugh at his fucking trap thirst, because he has got it bad. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the weird, the weird stories that Ishtar has for us. I'm sure that she's got another one up her sleeve that makes me go, "What?"
How about this one, Brockus? Business owner closes doors after claiming to see paranormal activity caught on tape.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Well, in the sidebar, so if you want to watch the video, you can. Owners of an East Side cafe closed up shop to, quote, protect the customer after they reportedly caught a ghostly encounter on surveillance video. Since November, On Live Hall of Fame Cafe has been feeding the East Side community with the sounds and sights of historic musicians. But on Thursday, the music stopped. We are closed today to make sure everyone is safe, owner April Ward said. Her concerns stem from security video, which appears to show a makeshift barricade falling over. I still get chills. My husband won't come in here, Ward said. It's weird. It's crazy. Ward said she found the collapsed barricade. It wasn't the first time she's found it knocked over, and she initially thought someone was prowling around the cafe. Then she and her husband watched the security video. The alarm didn't go off, Ward said. So let's see if someone came through the ceiling or something. Instead, they saw what they claim is a figure. That's when we see the image, Ward said, because my husband has left and I was at the door and he said he was in the building and that was like a horror movie. Ward says the business will be closed until she and her husband know what they're dealing with inside the cafe.
Bum, bum, bum.
Okay.
Okay, everybody, here is the link in chat. Never mind. It won't let me do that because I don't have a wrench for some freaking reason. But that's okay. Somebody else with a wrench can put it in chat. I have not watched the video. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
I'm sorry. I just real quick have to acknowledge that Lionel is in the chat going, I'm here to entertain and promote my gay patriarchy. Lionel, you are not helping. You're not helping the cause. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Jesus.
Wow, Lionel.
Oh my god, he's a good dude though.
Suck Kyle. Hashtag suck Kyle.
Has anyone seen Kyle?
Oh my god.
Can I just go ahead and say that most of these alien abduction stories and paranormal activity stories and stuff like that, they always, there's only ever two responses I have to them. Either A, I'm completely disappointed and just like, this sounds really dumb. Or I am so thoroughly entertained, I demand there be a skit written about this. I demand that there be some kind of like a TV show that dedicates entire episodes to crazy stories like this, with or without narration. I don't fucking care.
Dude, have you not heard of creepypasta?
No, I haven't, and I don't care about it because it's a stupid fucking name. Aside from the fact that I really don't like reading up on creepy shit, I hate the whole fact that it's called creepypasta. Like, why? Why is it called creepypasta?
Because that's just a genre, dude. But it's like if you want to hear creepy stories and ghost stories and shit, go to just Google or throw creepypasta into YouTube search.
No, and
you'll find some excellent shit. You'll find some good. Mrs. Midnight has started doing creepypasta stories.
She does creepypasta stories. She's done creepypasta stories.
Yeah, I know.
You know about Slenderman, right?
One, I should say. She just posted one.
I know about Slender Man. Again, I just don't understand why the genre is fucking called creepypasta. What was the point of that? Who the fuck associated
you are
spaghetti?
A fucking weeb lover, dude. Like, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't fucking create the goddamn title that they used to insult us with that we ended up taking back. And now anytime you call somebody a weeb, it's like, yeah, okay, and?
Oh, you took it back? Is that what it is? No.
I suppose some people fucking... I just go with otaku because it's just the Japanese word for like super fan or some shit like that. It's not a big goddamn deal. I like anime. I'm not that big into anime. I'm not trying to buy fucking busts of anime chicks all the goddamn time. Nor am I fucking trying to get like a pocket pussy that's supposed to be designed after some fucking anime girl or some shit like that. I'm not that insane with this garbage, okay? I like anime. Excuse the fuck out of me for liking a genre of cartoon.
Brockus.
What?
The name creepypasta comes from the word copypasta, an internet slang term for a block of text that gets copied and pasted over and over again from website to website.
That's still dumb.
But it answers your question.
It does answer the question, yet at the same time, I don't understand who the fuck sat there and said pasta. Why did they replace the E with the A?
It's a slang term because somebody was stupid.
Yes, that's my point. All of these fucking slang terms are fucking dumb because some jackass doesn't know how to English. Look at the way kids speak nowadays. Is it lit, fam? You fuck yourself.
Just go outside and shake your fist at a cloud, Brockus.
I do want to do that. I want to shake my fist at so many clouds right now. You goddamn kids, get off my lawn, motherfuckers. Back in my day, we enunciated our cuss words.
Oh, man. All right. Who's up next?
We'll go with Wren's story. Wren, what do you got for your last story? What is it?
My last story. Could bacon be one of the keys to living longer?
Yes.
Do we need fucking an article to tell us that?
I don't need an excuse to love bacon even more, but continue.
I know, yes. Let the science speak for itself.
All right. Attention all baconholics. And I know there are a lot of you out there. Is it possible that there is something to the salty snack other than crispy, greasy goodness.
Just thought it was just crispy goodness, but you know.
I always thought there was more than that.
Yes, maybe. Just ask 105-year-old Pearl Cantrell, who eats bacon as a part of every meal. And the little quote from her saying she loves bacon. Well, bacon isn't usually known for its life-lengthening properties. A study published in BMC Medicine a few months ago found that regularly eating meat, including deli meat, sausage, ham, and yes, bacon, was linked to premature death from causes such as cardiovascular disease and cancer. But maybe there's something else to Pearl's longevity, like genetics, regular exercise, or attitude. This woman used to be a farmer. But there's a possibility that bacon could be the cure for long life. Or if you work out enough, it undoes the bacon. One of the two.
I have no argument against this, nor would I want to present one.
I'm going to need at least 200 pounds of bacon now.
As long as you work out, apparently, it can undo the bacon.
Wait, what do you mean undo the bacon? I'm supposed to get the bacon
prevent the bad heart disease part that bacon usually does.
Oh, no, yeah, obviously I'm going to work out. That way I don't have the whole, Brockus died at 37 because he ate so much bacon. He demanded on his epitaph that it be written, I regret nothing. I had bacon. Also, I think I would add on to that, fuck you, Rob. But, that's just...
Come on, we would find you lying on a pillow of your waifu, covered in bacon grease, with the biggest fucking smile on your face, and just scrawled on the wall in bacon grease would definitely be "fuck you, Rob."
Yes.
That is how you're gonna go.
That is exactly how it's gonna go, and yes, you guys need to stop predicting my future. Okay, it's getting a little creepy, and I'm not too sure. I like the fact that there are people that can predict me and my future shortcomings, deaths, however you want to fucking say it.
Death by bacon is not a shortcoming.
It really isn't.
It's bacon.
That's a glorious warrior's death.
Yeah.
They will treat you in Valhalla for bacon death.
They will sing songs of me in the halls of Valhalla. Mead will pour like fucking rivers.
You like turn to your Valhalla friends. It's like, how did you die? Oh, I died facing a mighty Ooga. It's like, how'd you die? Eating bacon. Warrior!
Orc dude can go take a walk. Bacon dude, welcome to the party.
And on a food note, I just came across something that should not exist.
What's that?
Pickle-flavored marshmallows.
Ew.
Okay, you get that out of here. No. Who did this? Who's the sick motherfucker that needs to have a dill pickle jammed up their goddamn asshole?
I bet it was a pregnant woman.
No, it's a company called xomarshmallow.com.
Fuck yourself.
They made it because they made Harry Potter themed marshmallows.
I'd try it. I'd try them.
How is a pickle themed marshmallow Harry Potter themed?
For House Slytherin.
That's dumb.
Where does pickles come into play?
Hold on.
Green?
They could have
There's
gone
food coloring for that.
So you couldn't just make a regular marshmallow with green food dye.
Nope.
Or go as far as making a lime fucking marshmallow. You had to take it up a notch and say, well, we couldn't think of anything else.
Pickle?
Pickles are green. We wanted to have green.
That's not even the worst one. Like, one of these is good. Blackberry brown butter marshmallow actually sounds delicious.
Fuck yeah, I want that. Gimme, right now.
Turmeric orange. It
could be.
That sounds tasty too. I love orange.
That's orange. But then there's sriracha honey.
Okay, you die. You need to die. What is wrong with you people? Not everything that is a candy has to inevitably have the kind that makes your butthole fucking on fire. Why do people do this? Do you understand what too much?
Sriracha is the ultimate hipster food. It's just everything has to be fucking sriracha.
I thought that was fucking kale or avocado. Change their goddamn ultimate food every fucking month.
I'm talking about the people who like carry sriracha around with them at all times.
And it gets worse. This company is charging for 12 marshmallows. It's $9.
No.
I could get a bigger bag of marshmallows for like 3.
These are artisan marshmallows, though, right?
I like Fakest in our chat. I am Marshmallow Rick. Ree!
God fucking damn it.
Oh, Wren. Do they have pumpkin spice marshmallows?
I will look at this company and see.
The fan base and one of their creators makes me want that show to die and never come back. I hope Rick and Morty doesn't come back. I really do hope it doesn't come back.
Easy, Brockus. Don't stir up the zombies.
Oh, I'll stir. I would kick
We have another 9 minutes to get through. I know.
Sriracha fucking marshmallows. Pickle marshmallows is bad enough, but then you go ahead and add in sriracha. Like, I like sriracha on my fucking chicken sandwiches, and I like sriracha on some other fucking foods and stuff, because it's a food that I will associate with it's spicy. Okay, cool. Yeah, wonderful. Great. Not when I'm trying to eat like a fucking tasty dessert or snack or something like that. I want sugary, not spicy, burn my butthole. I want sugary, not disgusting, sour as fuck. Goddamn.
They have margarita marshmallows on this site.
That one needs to die too, unless it actually is alcoholic.
Could you imagine accidentally putting some of those marshmallows in your hot chocolate?
I can just see it now. Oh, it's Christmas time. Wren has put marshmallows into her hot chocolate. An hour later, she's drunk off her ass.
It's not because of the marshmallows, though. It's because at Christmas time, that's called Bailey's in the hot chocolate.
Ooh, try the peppermint schnapps.
Ooh, peppermint schnapps. And no, they do not have pumpkin spice. They do not have pumpkin spice.
They're like the only company in the world right now that doesn't have a pumpkin spice something.
I know, and I need it. Everything needs to be pumpkin spice. Everything.
No, it doesn't.
I fucking hate pumpkin spice.
Needs to die. It needs to go away.
No, it doesn't.
Do not hate on Wren's pumpkin spice. She's got 3 kids. She needs her pumpkin spice in order to stay sane.
Yes.
I thought that was just she needs alcohol in order to stay sane.
Well, that depends. Is it daytime or is it nighttime?
Daytime, it's the pumpkin spice is that nice little treat. Nighttime, it's pull out the liquor and pretend you don't have children.
Yeah, so she needs this. Guys, don't take it away from her.
Okay, then.
Okay. Once again, breaking news. Before we continue on, breaking news. Keemstar has uploaded a very interesting video.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys remember? Well, not uploaded it onto his YouTube channel. He tweeted it out. Okay, and then Ralph Retort actually tweeted. I swear to God, what's been happening with people lately has caused me to take another 5th look at Keemstar and think maybe you're not as much of a piece of shit as I thought you were.
No, he's still as much of a piece of shit. The fact that he's doing better now does not make up for what he did.
Well, no. Let me clarify. He's still a piece of shit in my mind. I don't like Keemstar for a lot of different reasons. Yet at the same time, I don't think he really is as bad as I initially thought. Still bad, just not as bad. So you see how that works. Is instead of me thinking he was a 10 out of 10 dirtbag, maybe he's actually just a 7.
Okay. Fair enough.
But no, like not to just like fucking flat out hate Keemstar. I really don't like most of his content. I'm not a fan of Drama Alert and shit like that, whatever. Anyways, Keemstar has uploaded onto Twitter a video. The host of the Bully Hunters streaming on Twitch last night. She's topless, completely fucking topless, painting her fucking tits and stomach blue.
Yeah.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
This bitch was all for the women and respecting the women's and all that stuff. And being a fucking feminist, and that cringiness that was, you know, the Bully Hunters and all that garbage. And here she is being the thoughtiest fucking thought there ever thoughted.
Okay, so my question is how does that make her a thought if she's choosing to demonstrate body paint?
Thought is the acronym for that hoe over there.
How does that make her a hoe?
How does it not make her a hoe? She's literally topless for her fucking streaming channel on Twitch, which actually
during which she's doing body painting, which is actually considered to be an art form. Not to mention
technical terms.
not to mention
yes, I'm sure it's art
and everything.
enthusiasts just fapping their way through her tits.
Okay,
stream.
here's my point. Here's my point then. I don't understand why I have to really fucking go into this kind of a detail, but here's my point. Do not associate yourself and actually argue for this whole concept of feminism, femininity, body positivity, and everything that they actually do and associate with, because we know what they do and associate with, how they treat people, women like Anna Cherie or even Abigail Ratchford, for having the types of bodies that they have. They fucking despise these women because women like Abigail Ratchford almost completely fucking 100% natural. I think she did get a slight boob job at one point, but it wasn't. All it did was make them slightly perkier because those tits are fucking huge. Anyways, they hate women like that and say unrealistic body and all that shit like that. They have these women fucking lose their job because all they are pretty girls in tiny skirts at a racetrack. All right? These are the types of people that this woman has associated herself with. Then she goes on her own fucking streaming channel, gets completely topless, and paints her fucking tits. She's just trying to get rid of the competition, and that's fucking disgusting to me.
That does indeed make her a hypocrite.
It's
not going to argue that.
Yes, and it's also a thought move. Again, that hoe over there. And we only associate her with the whole thought kind of concept. Again, ugly women can be thoughts too. Because if I'm going to associate you as a hoe in that aspect, it's because I don't like you. I want you to go the fuck away. So I call her a thought.
And Lionel in the chat is suggesting that Semaj body paint me and Brockus. I think only one of those would actually be a draw for people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty sad, Wren, when everyone just shows up for Brockus.
I know. It'd be so sad. Yeah, everyone would show up just to see Brockus.
Wow.
What?
And we've successfully confused Brockus. Our job is done.
All right. Anyways, we're 2 minutes to the official 2-hour marker, but we did start a little late. So how about we go ahead and get one more story in, and we'll end it with one of Rob's. Rob, what do you have for us in the world? Wait, unless Ishtar, do you have anything kooky and crazy?
Let's see. Scientists have a plan to hunt the ancient dead star that birthed our solar system, or microwave weapon blamed for apparent attack on U.S. Embassy in Cuba.
Okay, wait. The microwave one might not work. Rob,
weapon.
what did you get? What do you have?
I got a guy caught smuggling 200 lobsters, so it's not that. Do the microwave story.
Microwave sounds more interesting than smuggling 200 lobsters. Rob, save the lobsters for next week. Ishtar, save the Dead Star for next week. Give us the microwave, please.
Happy to oblige. Why did dozens of U.S. Embassy workers in Cuba hear loud sounds and suffer neurological symptoms in 2016? There's a new Cold War-era microwave explanation for the mystery. The Havana-based diplomats reported hearing loud, strange sounds and feeling movement in the air around them. Those affected went on to experience months of concussion-like symptoms, including cognitive impairment, balance issues, tinnitus, ringing in the ears, and recently as February, researchers reported they couldn't tell what caused the problem, but they ruled out the most early common explanation: sonic attacks. Sound in the audible range of 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz is not known to cause persistent injury in the central nervous system, they wrote in journal JAMA. Now, those same researchers have told the New York Times that microwave weapons may have been the cause. Alan Frey, an American biologist, showed in the early 1960s that microwave beams can create the sensation of hearing noises when they hit the brain's temporal lobe. The Times reported that Soviet researchers took a keen interest in the discovery after it was announced, going so far as to invite Frey to speak and then to bring him to a military laboratory. According to the Times, both Frey and Douglas Smith, the lead author of the JMA paper, suspect a weapon based on this discovery may have been involved. Unnamed members of a secretive scientific panel dubbed Jason, convened by the U.S. government, reportedly agreed. However, the Times noted the State Department has not yet settled on this explanation, at least publicly. So this is not yet official reported cause of the diplomat's symptoms. And of course, it is still possible that a more banal explanation will emerge. Live Science will continue to report on the Frey effect and its potential role in the apparent attacks. The article will be updated with a link to a more thorough explanation of how it works and what it does. So, congratulations.
The Russians have microwaves. We're all going to die.
We're
Just
toast!
gonna say it, Rob. Fuck you. Beat me to it, you bastard.
I want a microwave gun.
I want a lot of things. Microwave gun was not on that list. It is now.
It is now. I'm just curious if Amazon has one for sale.
I don't think they do, but there is a very good chance that somebody, after reading that article, will probably be inspired and just be like, look, we need to actually make legit microwave guns, or we're just going to feel like shit for the next 25 years. The Russians are ahead of us.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
You know?
No,
Well,
I'm getting
actually,
the most common thing that's popping up for me are replicas of the gravity gun from Half-Life.
let me just go ahead and actually explain that at one point in history, and this is actually a real moment in history, Russians actually were ahead of America when it came to their industry. The only problem is that they fucked up at some point, and they have not been able to recover since. Because it was just one bad thing after another. I just can't remember when and where it was. I want to say it was Chernobyl that really started the whole fuck up, but it might have just been communism.
Yeah, it was probably communism.
When in doubt, blame communism.
Blame communists! Blame
It's
communists!
an easy target. It does fuck a lot of shit up.
It doesn't just fuck a lot of shit up. It claims to do so many good things. It whispers sweet, sweet nothings into your dumb fuck brains, and you think, "Oh wow, this is great. I would love to be able to, not fucking have to work ever and still get money for it. Or I would love to be able to, share the wealth." Whatever the case is, I think I might be mixing communism and socialism up a little bit. I don't think I am, actually, but still, some fucking retard might actually think to themselves, like, yeah, communism, that's a good idea. We should totally do communism. And then communism is implicated. And then everyone regrets it. But it's too late. The fucking people in charge are going to keep it that way for a long goddamn time because you stupidly said, I don't want to be in control. You be in control. And just distribute everything equally. And they all said, sure. What you don't realize is that is a false fucking sure, you dumb ass fucking retards.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
What Brockus said.
All right.
Take a look here.
Fucking some madman gave them microwave. It was probably the squirrels that did it. The squirrels have microwave guns now.
It's the
Oh my god! Could you imagine? Could you imagine microwave squirrel bombs?
I'm just getting this mental image of a squirrel strapped to a microwave being dropped like from a bomber.
There's like no point for the squirrel to be strapped onto it. We just did, so we can say we had microwave squirrel bombs.
I mean,
That'd be
it's just
amazing.
what conjured up in my twisted little brain. But it's very.
I like it. I approve.
inspired.
I approve.
It's the
Now,
weapon of the future.
Also imagine a little squirrel with goggles on, and he's just dropped out of an old school fucking 1942 airplane or some shit like that, with Flight of the Valkyries playing in the background.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yes, and that's the fucking, he's now following the squirrel all the way down.
Pilot's hat, like fucking like Rocky.
Yes, yes, goddamn it! But it's not actually a flying squirrel. It's a squirrel bomb, and it makes an explosion.
But it's still got the pilot hat. It's still got the little fucking.
You gotta have the pilot hat.
With the goggles, yeah, the hat with the goggles.
I will not accept it if it has if it doesn't have the pilot hat. It has to have the pilot hat, or it is no. I reject you, non-pilot hat wearing squirrel.
You are not cute enough to be blown up.
If you're gonna do, squirrel bombs, you got to do it right or not at all. You do not want to half-ass that shit.
Seriously.
Well, you do know in World War II they used bat bombs, and it was actual bomb shells filled with bats, right?
What?
That sounds horrible.
It was an actual thing. It was so they could find warehouses, because the bats would naturally go to the warehouses where there's cavernous space and stuff like that. So that's how they would pick targets. They'd drop the bats in, see where they went, and then
they'd have like the bats marked somehow or something.
I don't know. All I know is they use bats and bat bombs. Look it up. It's real.
That's actually pretty clever.
Yeah, it's very clever.
Thank you, Wren, for today's lesson.
You're welcome.
I learned it did something.
We all learned it something.
You know, when I looked up on the videos, when I looked up microwave gun, the most thing I'm finding is people microwaving their guns.
Why would you do that?
Because they're fucking stupid.
Guns are not cheap, man.
No, they're not. They're not cheap at all. And I want to eventually save up to get a really nice 1911.
I have a Beretta, and I've got a Phoenix 25. Phoenix Arms 25.
Nice.
Yeah. I like them both. I named my Beretta Bayonetta.
What?
Yes,
You
why not?
named it Bayonetta?
Yeah. It's
all right.
It's sleek and sexy and packs a kick.
Oh yeah, and Will brings up a good point too. They were pigeon-guided bombs as well.
I did hear about those.
Anyway.
Now I got the fucking Flight of the Valkyries stuck in my head. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Oof. Cat.
He thinks you're people. Or no, he thinks you're cats.
He thinks you're cat.
She thinks I'm a lap. And that she can just walk all over whatever it is I'm doing to get my attention.
Yes. Because you're the clumsy, hairless cat that must do as they say.
Clearly.
All right, I think that's about going to wrap it up, isn't it, Brockus?
Yep. We're going to go ahead and wrap things up at this point. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around and listening to some of our crazy-ass stories and our crazy-ass theories and my unfortunate couple of rants because something or someone decided to set me the fuck off. Not necessarily in a rageful tirade, but a tirade nonetheless. Tonight with me, of course, were my usual guests. Wren from Renelation / Shit the Lords Anonymous.
Hello.
Ishtar from Army of Snarkness, her own Twitch streams, and I guess just here.
That would be me.
Rob from Rob has the Mistaken Lunatics just kind of gone on, you know?
It is over. The Mistaken Lunatics is done.
Okay, Rob was part of the Mistaken Lunatics, but you can
Yep.
go ahead and see Rob every week with his twin brother Mark over on Cringe of Yesteryear here on the Snatchcast YouTube channel, where basically they talk about old school stuff, well, old school internet stuff, but just crazy fucking people doing crazy fucking things. Recently, they did an entire stream on Jared Fogle. That was really fucking creepy.
That was a lot more disturbing than I imagined it was going to be. I imagined some laughs going in, but I was fucking raging after I found out what the details of what he got busted with. Oh my god.
Yeah, Jared really like was a disgusting man. But yes, you can catch Rob every Sunday night with CNN. You can catch Rob. What was Cringe on Thursdays? Is Cringe on Thursdays? Fridays. It's Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and of course, Mountain is an hour ahead of fucking would be 6, and Central would be 7. So there you go. Those are the times. Go and watch them. Enjoy. That has been the show. We are CNN, the Cunt News Network. We bring you the news that's already been brought by somebody the fuck else. And a lot of times it's a lot of cringe, a lot of crazy, and it's always meant to piss me the fuck off.
Yeah, we try.
That's been the show, cunts. Thank you for coming, and get the fuck out.
Bye.